Yeah, so I was scrolling YouTube, and then I remembered Ultra Vegito. Ultra Vegito. From Call Me Urge and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I was just like thinking to myself. I was like, how how is he doing? So what I'm saying, you pull over to his YouTube channel, and then that's when I saw Omni Vegito. Now, after posting that one Ultra McGito video on my channel, I didn't really expect. I really didn't expect anybody to watch it, but um, in which case I didn't expect it to be as accurate to how the story goes inside his one of his series. In one of his series, I didn't want to rewatch the I said Ultra Vegito. I didn't want to go watch Ultra Vegito again because there's too many episodes for me to get back into that. I had to actually do a separate video on that again. But then after I searched his channel up again, there was this one video from this one guy, and he was talking about how I did watch that one, how Ultra Vegito doesn't make any sense. And so, what I'm saying, I went to go watch the different one, like the Ultra God. I think it's God Killer Goku, and I watched that, and within within a couple minutes, I already was like, bro, this is actually kind of stupid. There's I feel like the story is like, I feel like in all these fan stories of Dragon Ball, that's what I'm saying. All these fan stories in Dragon Ball, they're all like super duper. Not everyone is super duper edgy, but like it is like every single time, characters like they go like it's a what if story, and it's like very tragic, and they like get a new transformation or whatever. And what I'm saying, that's what Dragon Ball is. I don't think that's not really what Dragon Ball is really about. I don't think it's just about transformations. It's about good storytelling. But you know what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a pretty horrible experience, pretty horrible watch, to be honest with you. And so, I spent the next 30 minutes watching the thing, but before I get into like the next 30 minutes, the starting of the one is just it really doesn't make any sense to me, because Goku literally just gives up. Like, I think I have to, if I do put it here, there is he starts fighting Beerus like normal, right? He starts fighting Beerus like normal, okay, all right, but he gets slammed down, and then he gives up. I think he took like a couple hits, and then he just gave up. And then he was still conscious, right? He's still conscious. He's powered down out of Super Saiyan God, so he's not damaged enough like when he was battling Beerus initially. So he can still, I would say he would still be able to tap into Super Saiyan God. Hold on, still be able to tap into it. But anyway, he gives up, and Beerus is all like, alright. And so he uses his God instruction thing, and Goku's acting like he did not expect him, to do that, you know what I'm saying? But that's like what Beerus do, you know what I'm saying? That's what he was, he's a destroyer, he obviously does that. So he does it, and Goku's surprised. I don't know why he's surprised. If we're talking about this in the story, then he shouldn't even be surprised at all that this would happen. After all, this was the final result when he went to get Super Saiyan God. So I don't understand why he would he would try to do that, but you know what I'm saying. So he does that. You know, he throws the ball, and Piccolo is like, then they, you know, they all fly in unison trying to get the Hakai ball, and then that's when the stupid the thing happens where he throws the giant Hakai energy. I don't know why he needed to throw a giant Hakai energy ball. I don't pretty different from the other thing that he did. You know, like it was smaller in general in like the movie, but you know what I'm saying, I digress. But then you know, everybody that went up and to catch the little ball was like all dying and stuff. They was all evaporating and turning into sand, and then Goku was all like, and that's when you know what I'm saying, he uses the God energy without being in any transformation. He's in his base form, and he was able to stop the blast without being in a transformation. But because the God energy gave his base form more power, I guess that means that he was able to last longer against it, even though he was enraged. You know, I think in the movie and in the anime, he like does transform into Super Saiyan God for a split second. I mean, he was already burnt out of energy, but in here, he literally transforms. He literally powered down for Super Saiyan God. So, and my question: why didn't that rage trigger his Super Saiyan God to come back? Right? I would think his Super Saiyan God would be able to come back, or at least he'll be able to tap into Super Saiyan, you know, Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 3. You know, since this is like a fan manga, he's trying to go full power to negate the blast. But what's it called? He's in base form and he's taking it, and you know he's about to stop it, and Beerus is all like, nah, I'm Beerus Black or something. He just starts talking about he does whatever Arj does with all like the gods and stuff, and just make them like kill things like overly like too much or something. They're all evil and stuff, and then that's when Goku's like, no, the Earth is destroyed, but he absorbed the Hakai energy, right? He absorbed the Hakai energy somehow. Well, actually, I mean, it was always possible for Goku to do it, but you know, he absorbs it, and he gets ultra ego, and then once he gets like ultra ego, he's sitting there like he's getting all mad because you know he's at King Kai's planet, and King Kai is just like, you know, like, Goku, I ain't gonna break it to you, but yeah, it's kind of your fault. But you know what I'm saying, he gives him new clothes, and new clothes don't look like clothes Goku will wear. So you know, I'm just confused on why. I mean, even though, you know, I know it's God Killer Goku and it's supposed to be a different, you know, different Goku, you know, just don't make any sense for him to be wearing the clothes like that. But you know, I digress. But he gets a new, you know, he gets Ultra Ego pretty fast. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty lame way, honestly. I ain't gonna front. It's, you know, pretty lame way. He literally got like power like really instantly, like really fast. And you know, that's pretty boring to me. But you know, we are in a fan of, well, you know, this is Dragon Ball, and a lot of fans like when characters get transformations pretty quickly, and you know, that's really cool. But he gets the transformation, and Vegeta wakes up. Oh yeah, I forgot. Vegeta, he went Super Saiyan 3 against Beerus, but then he got knocked out. Yeah, and I mean, Goku managed to save him at the end, so they were at King Kai's planet, and basically King Kai said, "Oh, well, you want revenge, right?" Because Goku was sitting there. And because Goku's just not acting like Goku right now, obviously, because the Ultra Ego is just, you know, messing with his head or something. I don't know. Maybe he's messing with it. But you know, he still haven't yet to power down out of that transformation, and I don't know why they made it so that he's just in that transformation consecutively, even though he has I know he has destruction on his mind, but at the same time, it just don't make any sense why he's in that transformation. Anyway, you know, it's also weird to me that most of the Kais, and I'll get into this next one, most of the Kais do not recognize when he's actually using God of Destruction energy, which is pretty confusing to me. But you know what I'm saying? Then, you know, King Kai's like, well, shoot, you alright? And we can take you to the, I can help you get more stronger. So that's when they take him to the Grand Kai, and the Grand Kai is all like, Goku! Because, you know, because the Grand Kai probably doesn't know what God Ki is, because he's not a god, right? So he's over, what's up with the my bro, dude? And you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why Grand Kai doesn't understand that, you know, he's using God of Destruction energy, but you know what I'm saying? I digress. And so he's like, oh, well, we have this pyramid chamber thing, and that's when we get to, like, you know, the Moro thing. So basically, like, he's going to the time chamber thing where the Moro thing is, and he's like, well, you can actually train 10 years in here and get like 1 day strong, like in 1 day, and it'll be like 10 days you get stronger. And so Vegeta's like, you know, he's like, and then, you know what I'm saying, he like, yeah, and Goku's like, all right, bet. And you know what I'm saying, they was about to walk in, but then Grand Kai was like, sir, hold on, bro, you forgot about these angel grade Bataras, the ability for you not to defuse, and these, like, get, you know, like, just give them the ability to not defuse. And then that's when Goku was like, all right, yeah. So they pull up in the time chamber, and they like, okay, they don't fight, they like fight each other, right? You know what I'm saying? They like boxing, you know what I'm saying? They getting stronger, and you know, we not really seeing the progress, you know, like Goku just like gets stronger. Like, there was just like, the training arc was so stupid because they really it wasn't like anything to it like that. Like, there was nothing to it, like nothing interesting. And then you know, Vegeta learns how to go into Super Saiyan, not Super Saiyan, I think, yeah, no, he went Super Saiyan God or something. I gotta rewatch it because I'm doing this after. It was like a 2-hour video, but he went Super Saiyan God, and he got Ultra Ego, and then, you know, Vegeta actually being you know, smart, after they got done, was like, hold on, Kakarot, we should revive our you know, planet, you know, our children's, our family, and all that. And Goku was all like, we didn't kill him first. Yeah, we do that. But you know what I'm saying, Goku was obviously not acting like Goku, because there was some demons inside his organs or something, because he was just sitting there talking about some revenge. And Vegeta's sitting there like, yeah, we can, you know, we don't have to challenge him, but we can just revive our stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is Vegeta being so reasonable? But so, you know, they end up training a little bit even longer, and then they fuse into Vegito, and they do training as Vegito. So, you know, it's like, ultra Vegito, you know, throw a little classic in there, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, they're talking within Vegito's mind, and Goku's like, think about all this power, we could take revenge. And then Vegeta's like, nah, man, we ain't doing that. So then Goku, you know, cause obviously Goku, you know, cause he's Goku, decides that the best opportunity is to kill Vegeta and to take control of the fusion, because that's what Goku does. That's what Goku does. He kills people when he doesn't get his way. So after that, you know what I'm saying, Goku kills Vegeta's inner mind, and you know what I'm saying, his body's just left there, and Goku comes over there. He's sitting there like, with the Patara earrings. Now he looks like Goku Black. You know what I'm saying? I guess that, you know, That's pretty cool, you know, I guess, you know what I'm saying, even though it don't make any sense, but you know what I'm saying, he kills, you know, Vegeta, and then he walks out the time chamber, and he's talking to Grandpa, is like, what what the hell happened? And Goku's like, nothing, man, chill. So, you know what I'm saying, that's when Goku, you know what I'm saying, he pull up to Beerus's planet, and like, you know what I'm saying, they about to box, and Beerus is like, probably, you came back and survived. You should have just, you know, you should have just lived your life normally. And then that's when Goku was like, nah, I came for revenge. And that's when Goku's base form was able to tank like most of Beerus' stuff, and then he transformed in an ultra ego. He pulls out the stupid blade. He pulls out the stupid God Killer blade because you know, Goku is the only Goku there, and Goku just happens to know the blade because he's now Goku Black, extra large edition. And then Goku's sitting there, and he's sitting there like, oh yeah, I'm gonna cut off your limbs. So he cuts off like, you know, Beerus's limbs brutally, you know, because that's what Goku does. You know, that's what Dragon Ball is all about, cutting off people's limbs every 24 seconds because he has the God Killer blade. So he cuts off Beerus's limbs, he powers down, and then after that, that's when Whis was like, I don't even like him anyway. And then that's when Goku was like, really? You didn't like him anyway? And so he said, alright, you could become the new God of Destruction. And Beerus was like, boomed him. That's when Goku just, you know, he came in there, he's like, I bet. And he booms Beerus, and Beerus just fades away. He's not even laughing no more, because I remember because he was laughing, I think. And he was all like, look at you, you're all like, Beerus ain't acting like freaking like a person anymore. He's just acting like a meat bag, stupid, like so stupid in general. Like he's dumb. And Goku's just sitting like, no, I am the new God of Destruction now. And that's when Whis just he's like, and then that's when the little stupid they mixed the tournament in, right? They mixed the tournament in. So that's when he gets pulled over, and then you see Supreme Kai Time for some reason. And I think that's when I closed it off, because I was like, bro, this is stupid. And I can't actually believe that I used to watch this guy, you know what I'm saying? Because some of this don't make any sense to me. I'm sorry, it just don't make any sense to me. Especially how the story could have just went a different way. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, they could have, you know, literally, again, he literally could have powered up into Super Saiyan God. That would have made more sense. But also the fact that Goku is not acting like Goku, and the fact that Grand Kai is giving them Angel Grade Pataras, and he didn't know what Ultra Ego is honestly pretty confusing to me. But then you know what I'm saying, then again, it is a fan manga, and you know, typically fan mangas don't, they're not gonna really try to follow the story as much. And I know it's a what if or something, but you know, it's not really a good what if, because you know, what if, you know, it has to make logical sense, you know, like it has to somewhat make some sense in order to fit in the story for a what if, you know what I mean? Like it's just a circumstances that, like, why Goku gave up and he just didn't go into Super Saiyan God or transform into Super Saiyan 3 with like all that God energy, if he had that power to stop it. And you know what I'm saying, that could have been his, you know, that could have been like, oh wait, he stopped the blast on Earth, you know, it cut, I mean, you know, maybe it cut a whole crater in the Earth, right here, like this is like a pitch, you know what I'm saying, he cuts a whole crater in the Earth and he survives, you know, Vegeta and them survive, and then Beerus is like, oh, this planet gay, but he lets Goku live, you know what I'm saying, he lets Goku live or something, because he stopped it or something. He's like, oh, commendable or something, you know, he stops the blast. And then Goku's all, you know, he's all mad, reasonably so, because everybody's dead. You know, Earth is like basically like shattered. You know what I'm saying? It's not really in a right place, and he mad. You know what I'm saying? He big mad. He like, he's all mad because his plane got destroyed. So that's when he pull up and he's like, man, I need to get stronger, Vegeta. We need to get stronger, right? Right. And then they pull up to a King Kai planet because King Kai is talking to him because he's the one seeing it. He's seeing that the destruction of the planet, and he's like, all right, there you go to Grand Kai, and Grand Kai could have helped them, but I don't know why Grand Kai didn't know what God destruction is, but I digress. They do the thing, and also the character assassination of Goku just don't make any sense to me either. He sits there and he literally just be mad all the time, like he's just not Goku no more. He's like someone else. I know his pain. I know everybody died, but at the same time, he's still not acting like Goku. So why, you know what I'm saying? So you can't make the argument that, oh yeah, his family died, and his family died, and when Majin Buu boomed the earth, all right, everybody died. Okay, he was still able to think, actually respond with like the things, and you know what I'm saying. That's typically how that goes, right? He's just not acting like Goku no more. He's someone else. He's not Goku. He's Goku Black. He's Goku Black. That's truly Goku Black, because all he thinking about is revenge, and the story's still not great. So, you know what I'm saying. Well, how does he get his revenge? Well, I don't know, because the concept itself sounds cool, but it also sounds dumb, because it don't make any sense for Goku to act like this in the first place. So, yeah, that's basically this whole entire video is because of how. Whatever. Actually, no, it's not. So, after I watched the Goku versus Beerus or whatever, he died or something, and so I was like, all right, I'm done with this. So I saw one of his shorts, and man, the shorts are just unbelievable. Like, you guys gotta check this out. Like, to be honest with you, I don't even know why he's using AI. Honestly, from that one video, that dude did say he probably doesn't do his own art. So, I mean, that's probably true. And the fact that he's using this AI to make like whatever these things are, these whatever these videos are, he's just doing them for shorts. And so I'm looking at the comments, and like, I never seen such stupidity in my entire life. Like, there's so many people that's just glazing it. They're talking about, yeah, you know what I'm saying, this is good. Yeah, bro, this is tough. This is tough. Yeah, this is fire. Like, and it's like a picture. It's like this saying that looks like Raditz with like the Attack on Titan face, and he's like he transforms or something in Super Saiyan, and everybody's just glazing it. And I'm just sitting there, bro, dude. The fact that people are just glazing this actually makes me a little bit mad, because it don't even make any sense why they're glazing. It's literally AI, I guess. But then again, that's when I knew. You can't be a proper Dragon Ball fan without having some misinformation about someone's current way of how they draw stuff. That's pretty cool. So then you look at all the other stuff, and basically, hold on a second.